Dude, infantry, you guys are crushing it in Rise of Kingdoms right now. I kid you not. Infantry players out there in Rise of Kingdoms, you guys are living the high life right now. I'm telling you. Great marches, great commanders, a great armament set that's only going to get upgraded next month in Pincer 2.0. Like, it's crazy. We went through all the data, and we checked out all the marches. We did everything. I've tested everything. I've had my Zone 5 fightings in both my accounts. I even have an infantry account. I know plenty about this, but I've got all kinds of new data on what marches are best, what are the 2 best marches to run, 3 best marches to run, all of that. Also, something I got extremely wrong. And we'll go through that because I'm here to tell you, yeah, I didn't see that one coming. So stick around while we go through it and we talk all about infantry in July of 2026. Hey, yo, fam, it's your boy, War Daddy Chadsky. I do videos for Rise of Kingdoms all the time. If you get any entertainment value or anything that helps your account, that's what we love to do. Throw a like on here. Helps us out a lot. If you're not subscribed, consider doing so. I'm going to update that. Man, I swear, that's got to get updated to the 83,000 subscribers that we have now. Let's go. Growing the community. Also, we are in the middle of our July and August video giveaways. All right, all you got to do to enter to win is put a comment down in the comment section. Really helps out the channel, helps out the channel and the videos. And also, I love getting interactive with you guys in there. Of course, you know that. And the winner of the Flux from the previous video about Tzuge, oh my God, man, go easy telling people that Tzuge is dead on arrival. It ripped Tzuge. Oh, man, I had a lot of pushback from that, but understandably so. I get it. So our boy, the Joker King, let's go. Well, Tzuge damage reduction might actually compensate for the difference to YSG. What Joker is saying here is that there is a serious discrepancy between the trade value you get out of Chin YSG compared to Chin Tzuge, and that's what he's saying here. Having the damage reduction makes up for it. I don't think it does, because 50% better trades for Chin YSG, I think, are just way too much to say, hey, we're going to run Tzuge instead of YSG. I just can't do it, guys. I'm not going to do it anymore. Anyways, you can see the rest of his comment. Thank you so much. Any kind of comment you guys want to put down there, you're eligible to win that $10 Flux, Joker. You got it, man. $10 Flux. Well, listen, this is infantry, boys, and they're cooking. This dude came into the game. This is Sun Tzu Prime, right? He came into the game. He's the most recent infantry commander we got. He's a single target damage commander. However, he does some AoE effects with true damage, and he's just broken good. Like top of the line good. Sitting there with Chin. Unbelievable, all right? And what's crazy is we already had meta commanders in BQ and Luce. Like these two, unbelievable 5-target AoE, massive damage. They do different things, and they're incredible, all right? You also had a commander like William Wallace, who was fading really fast as a single target damage commander. But then you had a commander like Sun Tzu that revived him, because Sun Tzu loves having a smite dealer behind him. In addition to that, you had other aspects to where you could pair, obviously, Luce with Alex. We've done it for years. And then with the support tree changes that they made to where you do a lot of damage mitigation in the support tree now, the CPO with Luce is working out really, really good. And then we've got this dude down here in the bottom. His name's Ivar. Now, this is my main account, and on my second account, I've got him maxed. Obviously, it's a rally garrison for infantry. I use that a ton, and we're going to talk about how Ivar did in the field with Sun Tzu, because it'll blow your mind, okay? So with that, that's what infantry's got. Okay, then you got your garrisons, of course, and you got your other things in there. CPO Milianus is obviously the rally. You got Tokugawa as the garrison commander, and you got commanders like Hector on the leadership side. Here's what's interesting about infantry. We have 3 leadership open field commanders, all right? We used to have like none. Trajan fell off, and then they gave us Philip. Philip's a buffing commander. We know this really good. Everybody still has him. Most everybody still uses him. Then we got Hector, which in a weird way was the most versatile commander in the game. He does smite damage, big target damage, when he's secondary behind any infantry commander. And then we just got Versi. And what we thought about Versi was not what we thought. We thought he would be good with commanders like Arthur, and especially commanders like Luce, okay? Versi's got some instant proc stuff that works out really well. Well, he's not good with Luce. I'll show you the numbers there. Maybe he was better with BQ. Hey, yo, Versi behind BQ, he was better, but still not great. Was he good with Sun Tzu? Well, Sun Tzu can carry anybody, so let's talk about that as we go into the pairings. I'm going to pull up Rock Battles here, okay? Rock Battles is the new system. I'll have a link down in the description. It's the new system that just came out. Grigvar has done it, has been working on it with Daver for a long time. You got other people involved there, obviously Dom and others. And so from there, we want to pull this thing up and go through it and show you guys. So let me do that real quick when it comes to the, let's see here, when it comes to the, rockbattles.com. Okay. So this is this is an actual showing. When you land on the page, you got the most recent battle reports. This thing is filling up reports every second on the second. Like it literally updates, I think, every hour, and then it updates the total and some of your combat lab stuff like every 8 hours. It's kind of crazy. But then I also have my pairings and my stuff that I deal with, my best pairings. It goes through all this different stuff. But in Rock Battles, okay, they have, and they're still developing more platforms for it to where you can rank marches and do all that stuff. Well, I went ahead and pulled it into my own little dashboard here. And I've got an overview, obviously, of Rock Battles. And here are all the marches, all right? All the marches. Well, I want to break this thing down and just do infantry, okay? So when I do infantry, let's just put it up here. This is what we've got. Okay, now they have a drastic combat settings. Okay, I'm actually going to put put a link down in the description where Daver explains what drastic is. If you come into Rock Battles and you go into their combat lab, it explains how drastic works and how it compiles all this stuff, and then it gives scores on the breakdown of the commanders. Well, the main thing I always look for is the weighted trade percentage. Okay, and so from there, when you come over here to how the marches for infantry are doing, you get an overall score, and that's what I got it sorted by right now. And of course, you're going to see Sun Tzu, right? Anything he's paired with is going to be the best. And it's insane. And I'm going to give you some numbers later on in the video that are going to kind of blow your mind when it comes to how important the meta commander for each troop type is and what they do. But then you've got like BQ and Luce. Trades really well. Now, the weighted trade is over here on the right, all right? And with the weighted trade, that's where you want to see how well the pairings trade overall, okay? You got other things in here like William Wallace, you got Luce with Alex, you got BQ and Versi, you got Scipio Emilianus with Luce. Luce and Alex is a little bit scuffed because we all know this as a cheeseburger march and people are using it to cheeseburger, so it's not really a fighting march, except if you're going to cheeseburger, hell yeah, go use it. But then in actual fighting, you got all these other marches that are rolling in pretty good, okay? And so from there, I wanted to put all this stuff together and kind of go through the best marches, okay? Now, when you talk about the infantry commanders, I talked about Sun Tzu briefly, okay? Then we've got Luce. Now, Luce is an old commander, boys. He's old. However, he still has a great 5-target AoE with a slow for 3 seconds at 40% slow, and his expertise is off the charts. He's the OG combo commander, which makes instant procs go off so much faster. Luce is going to last in the game. Guys, you can invest in this guy now. He's not going anywhere. That's just the way it is. And by the looks of it, he's at the top there with Sun Tzu as like the best thing you can run. Now, if you sort this thing by the trades, you get Sun Tzu and Ivar at the top. What? Let's look at this march. Good sustainability. The rage cycle's off the charts, but it's got 132% weighted average. There's 109,000 battles. Oh my gosh. So a big sample. And it's just cooking. Guys, I was wrong about this. Holy jeez. And the reason why was that I did not understand how Ivar, okay, with an active skill of 2,500 to 3-target AoE, okay, that can be used for the field, but he also does a rage gain. Okay, well, that's always good. And then a second skill has the stat stick. Well, 10% health, 20% march speed, 30% attack. From there, like these two things don't even work because you got to be in a rally. And then you can add a little bit from his expertise where he takes less normal damage. And then when you drop below 50% of troops, which you don't like to do in the field very much, you're going to take an additional 5% less normal damage. Okay, so nothing like overwhelming. It's not like he's got like 35% health or something crazy. And it's not like he's doing like a normal damage bonus of like 40% or 30%. So I looked at this, I was like, there's no way this guy's going to work. But with the rage engine that he provides, all right, and the fact that he does provide some march speed, you go put that with Sun Tzu and it just works. For whatever reason, it just works. And that thing cooks pretty good. I ran it on my second account, my main infantry account that I have a garrison and a rally set on, and it did pretty well. It wasn't my best infantry march, but overall, collectively, for the community, bro, it's cooking. Like, it is cooking. Coming to here and you see that. It is cooking. So with that being said, let's talk about what I think, all right? And you've got all kinds of opinions out there, but let's talk about this when it comes to what I think is the best infantry march. I think you saw it up there. I'm right in line with Drastic. I'm going to put Sun Tzu with Luce as the best march, okay? Luce, too good. And in today's fighting, of back and forth fighting, nobody just sits and slugs it out anymore. Okay. Now in my streams, you guys see that I stack marches and stuff, and I'll do that sometimes. But when you are back and forth fighting and you're slowing people down and you're trying to catch people, Sun Tzu Luce, amazing. One of the best marches in the game. Okay. The second best march, Sun Tzu BQ for me. Easy. Because if you do slug it out and you start laying down malice stacks, then Sun Tzu goes crazy when it comes to the rage. Then I'm going to put Ivar up here with Sun Tzu. Hey, yo, Ivar? This gives us some play, because the one thing about Ivar is that you don't necessarily have to be a rally command or a rally player to get Ivar. If you can just get this guy unlocked, he's an easy 5-5-1-1 investment to make him viable to go run in the field. Well, we know Sun Tzu is going to make anybody viable. And of course, this guy now we see has got the proof in the pudding, man. It's got the data to show it. And there you go. You can run him 5-5-1-1. All right. You get a little bit of tankiness taken away, but who really cares about that? And those of you who are rally players, and yeah, throw this guy in the field. Go cook. And so from there, that's how that thing plays out. So Ivar gets the nod up there. You can kind of split hairs with these. They're all pretty good. Everybody knows this. Okay. From there, the only commander that Versi worked with that actually did well with is Sun Tzu. I don't know why you would run him with Sun Tzu. I don't know if you're trying to run 4 infantry marches and you want to put Versi behind Sun Tzu. I don't get it. But this thing did exceptionally well. Let me show you here. When it came to Sun Tzu with Versi, where do I have that thing at? It's around here somewhere. Sun Tzu Vercingetorix. Where is it? Let me see. We'll come over here to Rock Battles. We'll pick it up. I'm going to show you what this thing actually did, because it's not all that bad. Sun Tzu Vercingetorix. All right. Not many battles, but it does have a positive in the trade column. And I saw the same thing on my second account when I put Versi, or on my main here when I put Versi behind Sun Tzu. You guys saw my streams. I was running it. I'll have a card in the end screen of my Zone 5 fighting. It was fun. It was nuts. I streamed for about 8 hours. It was crazy. But that's what I'm going to say is the 4th best infantry march for Rise of Kingdoms. Okay. And so from there, the 5th best, guys, Sun Tzu Wallace, still there. BQ Luce, you got that. BQ Hector, Luce Hector, BQ Wallace, CPO with Luce. You can mix these around if you want, if you guys want to argue with this. Then you got some Philip pairings. Interesting. It's interesting because Philip has got some things that he still does in the game. Luce Alex still running that. I did run a ton of BQ in Versi. Wasn't great. Traded at about 80-90%. Traded negative. Wasn't great. And then, of course, you've got BQ with CJ. I just love CJ, and I'm going to leave him in there. So that's your best march when it comes to just running 1 infantry march, and you have everything that you need to have, okay? Now, let's go to 2 infantry marches, because this is where it gets a little bit interesting, okay? Best way you can run 2 infantry marches with the new revelation on Ivar, you run him with BQ Luce. Easy, set it and forget it, okay? Now, before we realize that, and before I realized that, I would have said it was Sun Tzu with Versi and BQ and Luce. Now, we actually reversed this, and I think I did say this, that we're going to run Sun Tzu with Luce and BQ with Versi instead of Sun Tzu with Versi. But that's your next best 2-March lineup. All right, bringing Versi in. The next best from there, William Wallace, man. BQ, Luce, and William Wallace. If you guys have this already and you don't have Ivar and you don't have Versi, then don't worry about it. Run this right here. You're going to be more than fine. Okay, you're going to be more than fine. Sun Tzu still carrying Wallace pretty well, and it works out pretty good, okay? The 4th best setting, if you don't have William Wallace, if you don't have Versi, if you don't have Ivar, then you can go with Sun Tzu BQ and CPO Luce. I've said this, CPO Luce, very, very good March, so underrated, and you run it with Pincer, and it runs really, really well. Then for the 5th one, I've got Sun Tzu with Luce, and then if you don't have CPO, don't have Wallace, don't have Versi, don't have Ivar, then you run Hector behind BQ, and that's how you can run that. Okay, now our other ways to do it, you could put Philip here, you could put Philip here, you could do different things there to run Luce and Philip. You could run Luce and Philip down here. Okay, there's other ways that you can do that as well, but those are kind of the best setups for your 2-March lineup for infantry. Pretty easy and pretty simple, okay? Now, let's go to our 3-March lineups. Hey, yo. All right. This is what I'm going to run on my 2359 account. In an Imperium KVK, it's nuts fighting. I have 3 sets of infantry gear. I'm going to run Sun Tzu with Ivar. I'm going to run BQ and Hector. And I'm going to run CPO with Luce. That's what I'm going to run. All right. I'm going to put my Philip over there behind my Arthur. Or I think I've got... No, I don't have Versi on that account. I'll put my Philip over there with my Arthur and go cook my calves. I got 2 cav marches over there, and that's what I'm going to go run. I think this is the best setup you can run, okay? You can easily put Philip there. If you want to get the buffing march out there, you can do that. You can easily, where's he at? Put BQ in here with Versi. You can do that, but I like this setup. You guys haven't run Hector behind BQ? Go do it. It cooks, man. It does really, really well. And so that's what I think the best 3-March lineup for infantry is. All right. And so it runs really well. I'm going to go run it myself when I go fight Pass 7 in Kingsland on my 2359 account. You guys are going to get front row seats. We're going to see how well they do and figure it out. From there, I'm going to put Sun Tzu behind Versi. I'm going to break up BQ and Luce, and I'm going to run the same thing, except I'm putting Versi with Ivar. Okay. A little bit like how I did it here, where I had Versi here behind Ivar. I did the same thing in the 3-March lineup. All right. Pretty simple. You can still run the Philip if you want. You can still run the Philip behind BQ, Philip behind Luce, however you want to do that, no problem, all right? So from there, you don't have Ivar, you don't have Versi, but for some reason you got 3 infantry marches, okay? We're going to run with William Wallace, we're going to run BQ with Hector, and like this doesn't change. This is the same every time. And with that, you can still run this stuff if you want to as well. But that's basically how that thing works, okay? Now, if you are running if you're running a 4th option for this, there's no telling, boys. You could do all kinds of stuff. You could run Luce with Alex. You could run BQ with Philip. Who else do we have? You could literally run like Sun Tzu with Versi, and then you could go like put Ivar behind like Wallace or something like that. Okay, I'm sure that would work. Let's pretend that this Sun Tzu is Wallace. Put a Wallace Ivar. You can kind of do that if you're running a 4-March setup. All right, and so from there, that's what we'll go with, okay? That shows your best 3. I'm not going to do a whole thing on the 4-March setup, but you've got your best March here for infantry. Okay, pretty simple and easy. You can argue we're like splitting hairs, guys. If you want to argue some of the rankings here, you can run your best 2-March setup, which Ivar's a part of now. Hey, yo. And then Versi's a part of. And then, of course, Wallace behind Sun Tzu with BQ and Luce is completely fine. And then here's your best 3 up here in the top 3. 3-March lineups I would go with. And then here's a 4-March lineup, but pretend this Sun Tzu is Wallace. So from there, here's the interesting part about this, and here's what we all have to understand, okay? We're in a weird situation right now, all right, to where we didn't see much value in Versi. And I'll have a video about this, and we'll talk about it. But outside of Sun Tzu, he just really wasn't doing anything for anybody, all right? And I know he does the buffing of the attack, Okay. And then he also puts a slow on the enemy. But at the same time, it's just kind of like, man, this guy just wasn't doing it for us. And then it got me thinking, like, do you want to run Philip? Do you want to run a buffing march? And I found something, guys. Look at the mathering I did on this, okay? I'm going to talk about the 3 troop types real quick, and we're going to talk about how insanely good they are with just their meta commander. Archers have Qin, cavalry has Achilles, infantry has Sun Tzu. Okay, so all the Qin marches combined average out to 176 trade. Okay, insane, just insane. The cavalry have Achilles, all the Achilles marches, including Versi. Versi's not bad with Achilles. It trades positive 114%. And then for infantry, all the Sun Tzu marches trade at 123%. But the one thing I want you to look in there at, okay, of course, infantry is not matching archers. Okay, Qin makes everybody better. Insane. 176% average. Just crazy. Crazy numbers, I tell you. But if you look at Sun Tzu marches, they're at 123%. That's better than the Achilles marches. But then look at the other Inf marches. They trade at 94% on average across the spectrum of the whole community. Then the other Cav marches trade at 87%. Hey, yo, Arthur having trouble with Hector. Then the other Archer marches, Alp Arslan, man, not great. 72% on average. And that's combining all those marches together for your second march. This is where the meta carries. And what I'm trying to say is that infantry have the best second march option and that it needs to be taken into consideration. That's why infantry is cooking right now, boys. It's so good. It's so freaking good. Did I still have the favorites here? Mass piloting adjustments. I thought I put it in the favorites here. I don't know if I did, where it talked about Pincer 2.0. Hey, yo, you're going to get another Pincer. Like, Pincer's already great. And now we're just going to give you another one? Hey, yo, Pincer 2.0 coming out to where we're going to get new rare and special inscriptions for our Pincer armaments. Hey, yo, guys, infantry, keep cooking, baby. Keep cooking. Second account loves it. My restart in 4028, it's an infantry account with a 20% defense infantry skin. We're cooking. Just crazy. So infantry guys, love you guys. You keep it up. You guys can take your victory lap now. You're crushing it in the field. You got a great 3-march lineup. You got a great 2-march lineup. You got commanders coming out of your ears. You got Ivar. You got rally commanders you can put with you, and it's cooking. So, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Throw a thumbs up on it. Give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed, consider doing so. Hopefully you got something out of it. And also, be sure to comment. You can get entered to win that $10 flux in the next video. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great day, broskies.